Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your favorite Vasant Tech Talk YouTube channel. And most people, most of us, most of the performance testers open the Chrome DevTools. So what we do is we go to the network tab and then just stare at it. In fact, we don't know what to click, what to look for, or how to actually find the performance issue. So in this video, I'm going to show you my exact DevTools setup step by step and how this alone will help you identify the performance problem in just less than 10 seconds. And don't worry, if you're a beginner, I'll show you exactly where to click and how to do. And before more to this video, this is me, Vasan Shanmugam. Please don't forget to subscribe to our Little's Law YouTube channel and please do support me by taking the membership. Fine, let's move to the first step. So currently I'm on my very favorite website, the amazon.co.uk, where you can see a lot of items and I always wonder about their performance. Okay, let's go to the topic. So here I have my website and let me click on F12. So I have pressed F12 in my keyboard. And let's start from the step 0. So open any website and press F12. So this will open the Chrome DevTools for you. And now click on the network tab right here on the top. So we have got elements, console, sources, and network, the fourth tab. So click on it. And if you don't see it, so just click this double arrow and you can select the network. Fine. So the next part is before we configure anything, here's a mistake that most people make. So they don't refresh the page after opening the DevTools. So they see nothing and they think that it's not working. So please make sure you refresh after opening the network tab. So I'm going to click on refresh, which is Control R. And yep, I can see some items here. And now the next part is the first thing, that is I'm on my network tab and I always make sure that I disable the cache, right? The cache is on the top where I'll disable the cache. So always make sure that this is on. So let me explain why this is critical, because if the cache is enabled, your browser reuses the stored files. That means you are testing a returning user. But we all know in a real world performance testing, especially core web vitals, we always care about the first time users. So this one setting will ensure that your test is accurate. Let me do another refresh, just as I did previously. So now every request is loaded fresh, just like a new or a real new visitor. The second part, the second step. So the drop down, so under this one, so I usually set it up for my testing. So usually it will be no throttling by default. So select it as full fast 4G. Why? Because your users are not always on perfect internet. Many are in mobile networks. So if your site is only fast, if your site is only fast on Wi-Fi, it's not truly optimized. And now let me refresh again, Control R. So it means it will show you slower loading. So now notice how requests takes longer, and this is the realistic performance. So now the size, the time, so this is the actual realistic performance. And the next part, my favorite one, which is the enabling of the big request row. So on the screen and on the settings part, so if I click on it, you could see the big request rows, right? And now let's make the data easier to read. So by clicking this settings icon and going to the network, so settings and then the network, and enable this part, that is the big request rows. So this is a small setting, but I would say that this is a powerful. I mean, once I learned this, I was able to crack all my performance related issues very soon. And now I can close the settings. Fine. And let me do a Control R. So now I can instantly see the file sizes as well, right? So the file size is here. Without hovering, I can spot. So I can spot the large JavaScript files, all the heavy images. So these are usually the biggest performance killers, as we know. And then adding the custom columns. So on the screen, on the header here, I'm just right clicking on it. So I'm going to enable cache control, content encoding, priority. And the important part is, so I'm going to right click here. And as I told you, the first part, which is the cache control. So here you can see the cache control here. It shows private, no cache and everything. And then I'm going to choose the content encoding. So here it shows the content encoding part. And next is the priority. It comes by default here. And then I've chosen priority. Fine. So let me simplify this for you. So cache control, the one that you see here, will tell you that is this file is stored in your browser or is it downloaded again. So here you can see it is in no cache. It shows the maximum age of this request. This is a private request, public, max age. It shows everything for us, right? So no cache, public, max age, and here it shows the content encoding, right? It tells that is this file compressed. So you see, tells us that these files are compressed, right? They are gzipped. So it's quite interesting, right? I mean, if you haven't know this previously, these are the quite interesting areas for you. And if this is empty, which means your site is sending full size files. So that's the slower performance. So these are empty, which means they are sending full size files, which will slow your performance. And then the priority. So this will tell you that is the browser loading the important file first. So we might be thinking we have got Cloud Code, we have got the AI tools. I can read with that. No, these are some techniques which you cannot, at least for now, you cannot find this in the AI using the AI tool. So all you have to do is you have to do it manually, and that's how we survive. Fine, jokes apart. So if these priorities are wrong, so your page feels slow even if the backend is fast. So this will actually show you that is the browser loading the important file first. So just going to the file thing. So now you can find like what are all the important files on this part. Fine. And next is adding the CDN headers. So I'm gonna right click here on the name. So you can type right click anywhere and then going to the response headers. And I'm gonna add two things. One is the CF minus cache status, adding it. And the next one is x-vercel minus cache. So by doing this, what did I achieve? What I'm going to achieve, Control R. Let me just do a refresh. So what I'm going to achieve is the CF cache status I've given if I'm using Cloudflare, and I've used x-vercel-cache if I'm using Vercel. So these headers will tell you that if your CDN is working or not. So here you can see I've got nothing. Okay, I've got here x-vercel-cache, CF cache status. I could see something, right? So dynamic here. So these are some things which will actually get you the headers part. So you can click a request, headers, click a request, headers, and then the response headers. And now you can click on any request and go to the headers. There are the headers now. So you can scroll to the response headers. Let me refresh it again. Go to request. Yeah. So here on the response headers, you can see where it is being served from. These are the quite interesting areas here. Okay, I think the response headers is the bottom. Yeah, so the response headers is here. And hit, nope, for now I don't find anything here, which is fine. And let me again, actually I'll go back to this dynamic request thing. Response headers. Let's see whether we have any hit or any miss. Fine, for now I don't find anything with this particular request, so which is fine. So overall, yep. So a quick analysis. So I'm actually looking for large files which needed optimizations. When I see large files, I go to this size part. It keeps on loading, which is fine. Yep, I get to see all these files with bigger size. So these needs optimization. And if it is missing any compression part, zip files, JS files, or any of the files that, say for example, see here, these are the files which are compressed. And if there are no caching, I have to fix the cache headers. And if there is any CDN miss, I have to fix the CDN configurations. So I can see all of this in just a second, right? So I don't need to just go through anywhere. I just don't worry about fixing things. So here you can see these are not cached, which is really interesting to know, right? Fine. So if you're preparing for your performance testing interviews or if you're working on real-time system, this skill will help you to set you apart. So try this setup today. And if you find this useful, subscribe. I share practical real-world techniques like this more and more. So don't forget to subscribe. And this is me, Vasan Shanmugam. See you on a next video. Until then, bye bye from Vasan Shanmugam, your favorite Vasant Tech Talk YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.